Hey everybody, Local Love is back. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. And when we're not live, check out Echoplex Radio at eplex.xyz or at echoplexmedia.com/radio. You can also find it on the TuneIn app by searching Echoplex Radio. It's great. You can make requests now. Fantastic. Enjoy the show.
Bitch, make me famous.
To get the party started, pick up my phone just to check and see who's calling. Dress up real nice for the ladies at the bar, and I'm driving in my car just to get to where they are. Here at the local scene is where I plant my feet. It's where I smoke my cigarette and I hold my drink. I look at all my friends, they're all blazing greens. Here at the front of the stage, waiting for MTV. Where are those guys who's standing next to me with a pipe in his hand, ready to blaze for me? About 5 minutes later, we're all singing Queen. Now get the fuck up on stage, man, rock the scene, yeah. We do what we want, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. We do what we want, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. Enjoy that band. I turn and head back to the bar for a refill, man, because you know where we are. We're headed out to the car to smoke another one and another one. Now just when the magic starts kicking in, I hear relapse playing, you know it's time to head in. Alright everybody, now it's time to grab a new drink. Spark it if you got it and then pass it to me, yeah. We do what we want, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. We do what we want to do, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. Enjoy that band. Last up on the bill for the show tonight is Down and Dirty at 5, so we're headed outside to spark up another joint. Now who's got my lighter? Stoner E, of course, shouldn't you be inside?
I'm all up in this bitch, being who I gotta be. I'm fucked up like the U.S. economy. The truth is that I don't think logically. Stoner E take you on a psychedelic odyssey. Now inside motherfuckers is rocking me, and outside shit we smoke a lot of broccoli. Rocky the roller, yo, that sexy girl be jocking me. Ain't too drunk to fuck, but I'll probably do it sloppily.
We do what we want to do, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. Enjoy the band, enjoy the band. We do what we want to do, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band.
Molly say that he like jamming, and he hope he like jamming too. Well, I gotta say, thank you, Bob, we do. Yes, I gotta say, thank you, Bob, we do. Well, Bob Marley said that he like jamming, and he hope we like jamming too. Well, I gotta say, thank you, Bob, we do. Yes, I gotta say, thank you, Bob, we do. Yeah,
we do what we want, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. We do what we want, and what we want to do, what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. Enjoy that band. We do what we want to do, what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. Enjoy that band. We do what we want, and what we want is to jam. So sit back and enjoy the band. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do what we want and enjoy the band. So sit back, just sit back and enjoy the band.
All right, everybody, welcome to Local Love. That was Locals by Audible Smoke Signal. Joining me is my co-host, the always co-host. Who are you, ma'am?
I'm Wench. You can find me here on Echoplex Media on Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays and holy fuck, this stream too much.
We do stream too much. And shit, face I haven't seen in a while. How you doing, man?
What's up, dude?
Not much. You seen this website, this OBS Ninja before?
No.
Pretty cool.
Very
huh?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me a bunch of like different control. Like I put up a screenshot there, but it doesn't show up in the group chat that comes up on my broadcasting software. I can add or remove anybody individually, mute people, adjust their volume.
Nice. Wow.
All kind of great stuff.
Cool. How'd you stumble on that?
Just an open source project that a lot of other people are using, so I decided to jump on it.
Cool beans. How you guys been?
Good. Just busy streaming.
Yeah. You guys are putting out a lot of shows lately. Jeez Louise.
7 days a week now. Yeah.
Wow.
This one's
Awesome.
either real easy or real hard. Depends, because there's like no content. But the
it's just kind of free form, whatever.
Well, the music's good content, and the open panel format works real well.
Anyone else joining us
So we
tonight?
can cram people in here like.
Oh, Media Wench, can you get like closer to your mic?
So we can cram people in here like one of them their Zoom calls.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll probably be joined by Juan, and we also we put out the information on how to join. I don't know, there might be a few surprises. I like how your camera. I think your Wi-Fi is probably a little upset. Your camera is kind of like melting every once in a while. I think it looks cool, so I ain't mad.
Oh, really?
You're
That's
fractal,
weird.
very fractal.
Well, it's probably because my kid is on the Peloton doing a ride, so that sucks up some internet resources, I think.
Well, when this thing fails, it does so in a very psychedelic manner, which I'm fucking in full favor of.
Jimi Hendrix music video, just
Like when Skype fails, you just stop and you're just stuck there with whatever stupid
Same
fucking
with WebEx, it just freezes. You're all
with whatever fucking stupid look you had on your face.
I see this all the time.
So this is Local Love. We do the show every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, do check it out live at twitch.tv/EchoplexMedia. And sometimes we broadcast it to our Facebook group, but we don't really want you watching there. Facebook steps
You don't
on.
pay attention to the chat either.
No, fucking somebody could be in there like telling me I won the lottery and shit, or fucking telling me where do I send the check? I just whatever. Hopefully, like some of our friends are in there, be like, here, send it here, write it out to this person. Send it to me.
I feel so out of place.
They don't pay attention to this shit.
I'm so bright, and you guys have such good mood lighting. But if I turn off the overheads, like, yeah, you think my internet looks bad now?
It looks fine. You look fine. I also like that because you're on Zoom or WebEx calls all day, that your audio is always tight and on point, and you have no problem figuring out how to make your thing send your thing to something.
It is what I do for a living, unfortunately.
It's like we need a remote guest.
So I'm producer Dave. You can find me damn near anywhere. Little programming note: tomorrow we're covering the Trump Cope Cringe rally, basically all day, and then after that we got Intellectual Dollar Tree. I'll be really tired by the end of tomorrow night, but maybe we'll make some fucking money on Twitch, and that'll be good.
All right, do you guys actually have the election results going live right now?
No, but that's we'll get into that maybe during the post game. We can focus a little bit on music and the arts and all that stuff
Cool.
for a little bit here. Everybody knows who the Media Wench is. Who are you? Maybe some of our viewers have never seen you.
So I'm Phil. I go by Mr. Phil. Was a DJ at KFJC back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then I was at FCC Free Radio in San Francisco for quite a few years and did a show where, I brought on local musicians, and it was an interview-based format, two musicians for the 2-hour show. And, we do the usual, talk about influences and talk about, their up, what brought them into music, and what kind of background they have and things like that, and play their stuff, play their influences and all that. And outside of that, just been kind of a face in the local scene for more years than I care to mention.
Now you've been doing a lot of online event promotion and stuff this summer.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work with
this year. I'm sorry, it's not even the year's over. Fuck.
Summer, yeah, exactly. Last year, at this point, so I was a technical advisor for the SOFA Festival stuff. So we did the 2 live broadcasts in April and September, and then we just did one in December to do a little holiday festival that we did as a kind of a pre-recorded thing where bands played, and then we had production staff that edited everything together, which is really, really fun. But I had a lot less to do with that because there's a little bit less stuff in my realm in terms of like the live streaming stuff than we'd done in the previous sofas. But given the way things are looking, I would not be surprised if the April sofa probably is also going to have to be another streaming online kind of thing, because I really doubt that we're going to have enough vaccinations going to get people out watching live music again. But in the meantime, it's a good way for people to get their little bit of music, in these times. I know a lot of people that obviously listen to your guys' show are probably pretty desperate for being able to go out and see bands and stuff. And even though this isn't the exact replication of that experience, it's as close as we can get it for now.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we've talked to some of the musicians about is how now they have another, just from, even if it's just simple Facebook live streams from their phone, if they hooked up a decent mic or like a condenser to their phone or whatever, now they have another tool in the tool belt when we can do shows. If they don't have a booking and they don't go to someone else's show, they can be like, hey, Indoor Kitties, if you'd like to, you can join me tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's been a kind of a rough learning curve, I think, for a lot of musicians, because not all of them are extremely technologically savvy in that regard, in terms of understanding, what kind of equipment to get the best product out there, or even how to do it in general, But I think one of the things that this thing has done is kind of accelerated that learning curve a little bit for these musicians, so they do have those opportunities to go out there. And plus with the added bonus of, you can actually monetize these things and set up Venmo accounts and link the Venmo accounts in your Twitch streams or whatever, and be able to actually generate some amount of income during this time, I think is pretty beneficial. So, I think it's been very positive in that regard. And I think it's really kind of, set up this almost adapt or die kind of scenario for a lot of musicians, that this is the way things are going to be for at least the next few months. But even beside that, you're not playing in clubs every week, and you're not generating income every week, and doing live streams and playing a few songs here and there can help continue to drive interest in your music and have the added bonus of, being able to generate some income on the side as well.
Well, fucking great. The other thing that a lot of people found out is when they tried to start doing streaming is that their very expensive MacBook laptop is actually underpowered.
Right.
Yeah, now they can all buy. You'll all spend $5,000 on the new one.
Is like, right. Pre-recorded sets is where it's at, though, right? Like, just like press play, take a break, and then and just let it go. But on Epiplex Radio now, you can request songs. So if you go to eplex.xyz, it brings up our new Echoplex Radio, and you can type in whatever song and you can request it, and it'll play within like 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I think I can
it's super cool.
I can see kind of, some advantages to both, but I think it also really depends on, again, how technically savvy the performer is. Because doing something pre-recorded and editing it and making it look like a nice finalized piece is sometimes outside of the realm for some of these bands. And so being able to, like, even if it is only Facebook or YouTube Live or whatever, if they could set up their laptop, set up a phone, set up a tablet, whatever, and they could still do it that pretty easily without having to have all this like technical knowledge for doing editing and stuff. But I agree. I think if bands, like for example, during the Sofa Festival, we had Earthcrawler, and they put together an incredible pre-recorded video of all of them playing in their own space. They actually recorded it. They recorded it live, mixed it live, and then had the individual shots of each of the bands, and it turned out fantastic. There was definitely some, rough edges because each of the performers didn't have as good quality gear as others did, but for the most part, it was really well done and really entertaining, and the cuts were great, and it was something that moved along very nicely for a 25-minute 25-minute video, but they're fortunate and they have a band member, Chemo, who is an amazing video editor and does that kind of stuff for a living, and so they've got that dialed. But for a lot of performers, they don't have access to that, and so sometimes doing the live stream is all you can do.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some of the better performances I saw were like the live performances that we done were a little bit more raw. Like, for example, Socorra comes to mind immediately. It was like her, camera pointed at her, and a condenser mic and her guitar, and and her performance is like her when she was doing live streaming all the time. I was watching every fucking time she went live,
And the thing to that regard is, and I know we have a little bit more conversation about like equipment and stuff because we come from this environment, and so we have a little bit more of a knowledge in terms of what there is. At the end of the day, the performance is what matters. But
to the extent if you can't hear it, then no.
But that's the thing.
There's there's like a diminishing returns point on the technology.
It's kind of like, during my days that, I used to be a sound engineer at Gordon Biersch, and it's one of those things that, a sound engineer can make a mediocre band sound really good, but a bad sound engineer can make a really good band sound like crap. Same thing goes with the equipment, like having great equipment can make a maybe not as great band sound pretty awesome, but you could be a great band with crappy gear and it turns people off, and so that's always the kind of battle that the performers have to wage.
Well, also that could be called punk rock,
or it could be called punk rock.
Like, listen, I have my guitar around into my mom's home stereo, and I'm miking the home stereo into the PA. Let's see if this works.
I have certainly played.
Well, for our October stream, it was half and half, pre-record and live, and fuck man, everybody. So of course we had Ashes Fallen, and they were just the most amazing. They were so great. They were so great. And then Brendan Getzell to close us out, and so those two were live, and everybody else was pre-recorded, and they were all so good. Rebelskamp did a pre-record. Zombie did a pre-record with Matt Reed, and Kat Robichaux did a pre-record.
Yeah, her Kat's thing on the holiday special was excellent. She did a little thing with just her, the acoustic guitar, and the mic. I actually thought we were going to show the Christmas video with the bears. I thought that we were just going to show that, but then she showed up with these a couple clips of her playing with the acoustic guitar. And again, real simple, straightforward, very DIY, but really, really nicely done. She's a quality act right there.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll call that a segment. We'll take a quick break, play some music. This will be Socorra. This is Imagination, and we'll be right back with this is local music with Dave, Phil, and Ashley.
You know I loved you from the moment that we met, and I knew it was gonna be something I would regret loving you. What a silly thing to do. I believed in all the little lies that you told me. that it was you. Don't say it isn't true, I know that it was you. Don't say it isn't true, I know that it was you. Don't say it isn't true, I know that it was you. No, this is not my imagination running through my veins. Not enough crazy to keep me entertained. No, now I walk myself away.
All right, we back. That was Imagination by Socorra. Phil, how does the music sound through this service? Uh-oh.
No, I muted myself. I'm always leery of that.
It's 2021. Unmute yourself.
You know how many times I have to say, you're talking on mute during my day. Sounds pretty, I mean, it's not CD quality because you're going through the internet, obviously, but yeah, it sounds good.
Cool.
The score is always awesome. Is she headed out to Austin already?
I think she's already out there, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Good for her. Hopefully the music scene starts to roar back over there.
Media Wench, does it still sound like when Phil quits talking that I like steamroll him?
Yeah.
Here, let me pull you off the scene. Disconnect from OBS Ninja and reconnect.
Me?
Yeah, I think you're lagging. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too, because it seemed like she was kind of waiting a while until after I'd done stopped talking, and then
yeah, that's okay. It's Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is the enemy of the people.
Yeah. Well, luckily my gateway is in the same room that I'm in. So
cool. Yeah, I just have cable. I just have cables running in here.
Oh yeah.
Permanent installation, you know.
I really should, but then I run out of dongles.
Oh yeah. I have a computer with an Ethernet port, if you could imagine that.
Well, Windows still do. They still do Ethernet ports on their laptops, don't they?
Yeah. Like Dell and HP and everybody, yeah, they still do it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up, Media Wench?
Hey.
Okay, so that sounded better.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're more in sync. Good.
Now we're rocking and rolling.
We don't have that 7-second censorship delay anymore.
Riveting radio on Echoplex Media live.
Watch us figure this shit out real time.
How many shows have you done in this?
Curtis should have DM'd you too on Discord, maybe.
On Discord.
Or if not, if you DM him.
On Discord or on Facebook? Just
wherever. Give him the link to the waiting room and the password.
Oh, I'll get it. Otherwise, he'll try to send me that shit in Skype or something.
We have all the communication tools at our disposal.
Our attempt to drag everyone kicking and screaming over to Discord turns out to have not worked. So
I really like Discord. The other time I was on your guys' show, I thought that was a pretty cool platform.
Oh, it's great. Our community still hangs out there, but couldn't get the local music scene over there. So
it's more stuff for them to download.
Yeah, this one's good because it just runs in your browser. So
yeah. Although the downside is, I was kind of worried because while you were playing the music, I was kind of bouncing around on tabs. I'm all, oh shit, I better not like accidentally close the tab that this is on.
Oh, you can just jump. I mean, if you get disconnected or whatever, just jump back in the waiting room.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That waiting room's the shit. It's not like really it's not like it wasn't one of the first functions that was baked into this thing, but all you have to do is if you have two rooms running like from the same place and they have the same password, you can just transfer people to and from the rooms.
Oh, that's cool.
So if we had like a big panel going and then like we had like 2 or 3 people in a row join whose audio was all effed up because it was like a bunch of unknown people, then like when new people join, I could send someone in the waiting room to make sure their audio works before I transfer them over here.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
Like during the song, I could send Ashley over into the meeting room over into the waiting room.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's cool. That's a nice feature.
Yeah. So, what do you think that? Do you think that it's doable for the venues when we come back to do this stuff in like a limited capacity with like limited attendance, or do you think that's just going to be a total shit show and it's kind of going to be all or nothing?
I mean, I think it really depends largely on the staff at the venue. I mean, there's some venues that already are doing like maybe not necessarily live streaming, but they're at least recording the shows, in real time and then publishing them later. But I mean, yeah, realistically, there isn't a reason why venues couldn't. And again, not to keep bringing up Sofa Fest, but that's one of the things that we're looking forward to. When we start actually doing those events live, is how do we make it so people in other places of the country and the world, for that matter, have the ability to watch these bands while they play. And I mean, the technology is certainly out there. So I mean, I think venues would be stupid not to, once they get their head above water, to not go out and invest in some equipment to be able to stream their shows live. And again, you can make it a paying event, maybe not charging exactly what you're charging for the the door cost, but you could certainly, I mean, I'm sure some people would pay a few bucks to see if they'd had a band come to their town and, somebody's on, Curtis is on speakers, so he's got to turn his speakers down so we don't have echo.
Hey, what's up, Curtis?
I'm sure he's doing a good job of streaming their stuff now, though.
Yeah, they're not. Are they doing live streams? Or are they doing recordings?
They're doing live streams.
Yeah. See, I mean, that's great. I mean, that's the way they should be doing it. But they've been always pretty good about being pretty technologically upfront too. So.
Hey, what's up, Curtis?
Yeah.
Hello.
Curtis, can you hear us? I don't know if Curtis can hear it. 2021, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
That was like 2003. No?
Uh-oh.
No audio?
Yeah, no audio. Maybe we'll do another OBS Ninja Day soon. Well,
I think he was getting audio before, because I think that was what was causing the echo. Did he turn the speakers down too far?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I hear something coming out of Curtis's computer.
That was me. I can't mute my browser because this is in the browser.
Oh, that was you?
That was Curtis messaging me. He says as soon as he turned it on, it's super echo.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
You can mute tabs in your browser,
Oh, that's true.
Well, we'll see if we can get this figured out. I think he can hear us even if he's not in the scene. So maybe Curtis can give us a thumbs up or whatever if he figures out how to hear us.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Do we have a thumbs up?
Weird. As soon as I came on, it was like massive echoes. And now I'm hearing just pinging of my own voice.
Yeah, that's coming from your machine. I don't know why it's doing it, but it's coming from, because when I mute you on the thing, it's we get an echo back from you.
All I know is that Justin Holton would have just loved that.
Yeah, there's a massive echo. This is maybe we can maybe we can figure that out. Yeah, Justin from the Rebelskamp would like that. So let's see, where were we? Phil, you think it's going to be like on the venue staff? You were saying like if the venue staff is super good, then we'll be able to have like smaller shows.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they have the capability of doing the streaming, they have somebody that's relatively technically motivated to do it, then they should. I heard myself 8 times.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We'll do a little. Maybe we'll do a little workshop again with OBS Ninja and see if we can't work everybody's stuff out. I think his desktop audio is feeding back. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. I think it's because he's going to do.
But he's also hearing himself back. But anyway, I think some of the more like some of the venues that were like better organized are going to be able to have shows with a limited capacity that they're also streaming at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be an interesting thing to find out too. Is what's going to actually happen with how we transition back into live shows and what kind of rules are in place about how many people can actually be in this space, and whether they're going to require masks and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
The other thing is once the vaccine reaches a certain amount, that's just not going to matter anymore. And we can all have a big fucking crowded show. And I can't wait.
Yeah, no shit.
I have ideas for that as far as like venues. You could just do like give out tickets or do like assigned seating in a place. I know that sucks, but that's like the way to do it. And then you just live stream the event at the same time. So probably a combination of both is going to be what we'll end up transitioning into, and then as we can put more people in a venue, it'll be more focused on the actual live performance rather than the back end of the stream performance. But there's no reason why people shouldn't just do both now, because it's just you reach such a wider audience. And taking After Fallen as an example again, like they've done streams and played in New Zealand and in Europe and all kinds of stuff for these like collectives that they're in. These like rock music collectives and stuff, and it's a very, very, very useful tool to have a live performance in another country without having to bear the expense of traveling and hauling all your gear and all that shit. I mean,
I mean, it's funny hearing that. I mean, I think it's going to have a bit of an impact in terms of like touring and stuff, because like, our record labels and whatnot going to really necessarily want to shell out the money they do for live tours if you're able to bring shows to to other places of the world without all the extra expense. I mean, look at I don't know if you guys saw the Kiss thing in Dubai. I mean, they put on a huge like full stage production in front of basically nobody. I mean, the only people that were actually listening were the people in the hotel, across from the stage, but they still put on this massive performance. I mean, granted, yeah, they charged a total buttload of money to actually, see it originally.
But even then,
I think we're just starting to see
about it, so he couldn't have been that good.
Well, I think that was more because you're talking about 70-year-old guys still trying to rock out. I think that was more the issue than the actual production quality, because the production quality was pretty good.
All right, let's see. Do we have Curtis back?
I'm here, but every time I turn my thing on, it starts. It's like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Do you have headphones?
I'm telling you, that sounds like a fade out on a Rebel.
Do you have headphones, Curtis?
It's not that. It's not that. It's something else, because it's his own voice coming back through too. So I couldn't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
So hey, Curtis, we're gonna do like on Saturday afternoon. We'll do another testing session with OBS Ninja, and maybe we can get you on next week after we do some testing. So I saw a ton of people were watching that Kiss thing. Man, everybody was like talking about it on my Facebook for a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, I literally only watched maybe like 2 or 3 songs, because I outgrew Kiss like 20-something years ago, but right. 30 years ago, whatever.
I'm playing them for my kids and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would just be entertaining to watch for a little bit to see what they were going to do. But I thought the production value was good. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Paul just turned like 69 years old or something, so his voice isn't anywhere near where it used to be.
But that's kind of cool too, that those dudes are still rocking, and that they had like the presence of mind to do an online fucking concert for their fans. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like we said, when with the Sofa Festival too, we had a lot of we were trying to reach out to some of the bigger national touring acts, and a lot of them were just totally afraid of the technology.
Hey,
Oh, that sounds a lot better.
Yeah, it's the power of positive deleting and re-adding.
turn it on again.
No, I actually when I bopped out of the room, noticed that my Discord was open, and you guys were double feeding from Discord and OBS.
There we go. Fucking
Yeah.
Hey. Well, time to introduce yourself again, buddy. What's up?
It's just like what I do.
I'm Curtis. I'm from Monkey. I'm stopping by. I'm saying hi. I'm here with my pet Grogu.
Oh my goodness gracious! Everybody has one of those, and I don't. And it sucks.
I don't either. If it made me feel better, actually.
Even Nathan Blaze has one of them fuckers.
Oh, fuck. Oh God.
Oh, it's even animatronics. Wow, that's fancy.
So, Curtis, you're doing a bit of an interview show. You should maybe talk a little bit about that. Tell people where to find it on Facebook, because nobody that watches our Twitch channel is ever on Facebook. But we're also broadcasting to Facebook Live, and I have no idea if anyone's watching because I don't pay attention to that shit.
Yeah. I'm doing a show called the Bidness, BIDNESS. You can find us on Facebook at thebidness.talk, because every version of Bidness has been stolen by somebody or used by somebody. So. Anyway, we're doing that online. We're getting some traction here. The videos are pulling in probably about 1,700 hits, and this is only our 6th episode, something like that. So pretty good so far. I have my own Facebook page for it, but I'm drawing the traffic to the Monkey page because Monkey has like 8,000 people watching it. So I'm kind of posting it first on that page and then flipping it to the new page, encouraging people to go to the new page. And then if the new page starts gathering traction, then I'll just start posting directly to the new page.
Well, and once you do that, you can also I can show you how to do some stuff in the Facebook fucking live creator where you can cross post to different pages that you own. So,
ooh, some ninja crap.
Ninja crap is right.
Yes, ninja.
Well, right now it serves a dual purpose, because not only do I flip it, but I also edit it. So I take it offline, download it, edit the beginning and ending, so we just snap into the program instead of like going, so what do you do? I can't do no. Yeah, we cut out all that stuff, and then put like a little theme song and everything going into it. So it's a lot more pleasant. And I figure if anybody wanders on it that cares, they're going to see something that somebody actually, did something to make it kind of nice up a bit.
Yeah, I've been tuning in because it's usually during the time that I'm just doing a little bit of work, so I just kind of put it up in the tab, listen in. A lot of people I don't know, so that's kind of cool hearing some perspectives from your community versus the same perspective every day from my own community.
For sure. Excellent. Yeah, I encourage anybody to stop by and check it out. We're the wonderful thing about what I'm doing is that during the 25 years that I've been in this band and 6 or 7 years that I've been in other bands, I've amassed this grand pool of people that I just know, like, around the planet. And so the show is about getting all those people together to talk about the thing. And the thing is the fact that all musicians, artists, and people of that nature are just being absolutely crushed by this pandemic. Their livelihood is done. At least with a radio host or a podcaster, it's like, well,
we're doing
it's kind
better.
of like life as usual. In fact, life might even be better because people are turning in more voraciously now. But
yeah, we're doing better. Yeah, we saw an uptick. that could also just have to do with the fact that we finally got comfortable with video, and I think forcing everybody to do it remote kind of upped our game in some interesting ways, because now
for sure.
everyone in my organization has a studio, sort of.
Yeah.
So it's it's sort of changed things around. I know. I know the media Wench, your game got way the fuck up once we all had to go remote.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's got to do something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I came up with
for Christmas. It's fantastic.
I mean, before we went into COVID, Monkey didn't even have like an actual store online. We just figured like, oh, you want a record? Go to our record label. Hey, you want a shirt? Join.
Wow.
Oh, it'll make them go to the shows. And now it's like we had to put up a store. We had to get online. We had to start recording ourselves. We had to start doing our own live shows and stuff. And then now I'm doing like this silly podcast thing to get everybody else out there that's like moping around in the dark, wishing that they had a career. And I'm saying, you can do it too. Just grab it. Just right there. Just grab it. It's yours. So
you know what I'm going to do for you, by the way?
What's that?
We'll talk about it a little bit later, but I'll help you out. I'll make sure that the audio from your interviews and shit is available up on iTunes. I'll do that for you.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
We'll have to talk about it. We'll have to fucking write some emails back and forth, make sure I have permission to ape your content and stick it up on my fucking website and host it. Well, no, you know how it is. You have to at least a little bit of paper trail, but yeah, some of the conversations on there are interesting, and it kind of goes in line with what we're doing and since like it's kind of a pain in the ass to do all that shit for iTunes the first time. If you're going to keep doing this, I'll host fucking 100 megabyte MP3 a couple times a week for you and make sure that it gets pushed to the places.
Yeah, Apple does not make that very easy on people, does it?
Well, once you've done it once, it is, because you know how to format everything.
Yeah, but it's that whole initial startup thing that's a bit of a pain. Yeah,
for sure.
I feel you there.
Phil, when you were doing a podcast through FCC Radio, did they take care of all FCC free radio? Did they take care of making sure it was available on the podcatchers for you, or?
So yeah, we didn't really So our station, because we broadcast 24 hours a day, so we actually were an Apple radio station, so you could actually go to FCC free and actually listen live and stuff. We didn't start doing the podcasting thing until after I was gone.
Yeah.
In terms of doing it for iTunes, we always host, we basically self-hosted all the archive shows and stuff, and just the hosts would just send the links out via Facebook and Insta and all the various social medias and whatnot.
I have no idea.
I worked almost entirely just out of.
I have no idea if our audio feed, like from Icecast or whatever, is even on Apple Radio or whatever. I suppose if it's not, I should probably put it there.
Yeah, it's also a little bit of a painful process to do that too. By the way,
Painful processes are Dave's jam. And tone them down. So he gets to like the painful process and then fucking whittles it down to like the easiest thing.
Nice.
Hey,
yeah.
So I have a question, maybe controversy for you, Curtis. What happened to the second disc of music you were talking about releasing after Banarchy? I have no idea what this question even means.
Oh, Bananarchy. Yeah. So Bananarchy, yeah. So it actually goes way back to Lost at Sea. Lost at Sea, we wanted to record an album, but we wanted to do it Rick Rubin style, where we move into someone's house and we just live and drink and breathe and eat music. During those sessions, we finished a bunch of songs, and one we kind of wrote in the studio as well, and then recorded like 21 songs, like 21 or 22 songs. So we took the 10 best, made it into Lost at Sea, and then we got a little tired of how unprofessional some of the songs sounded, because they were new to us at the time, and so we had played them around in concert a couple of times, and so we said, well, let's re-record a couple of these and put out the rest as Bananarchy. And Bananarchy, we also threw in some newer, punkier tunes. And then we had just about 3 or 4 tunes that were just still sitting in the can, and we just didn't know what we wanted. And finally, we wrote the rest of Intermittent Waves of Unusual Size and Force is the full name of the album. But Intermittent Waves is out, and that's the final glut from that session. So that took us down to 0 songs out of the can, empty can. And then now we're writing new stuff. So yay.
that question was from Alabastard. I'm sure you're familiar.
Alabastard.
Regular in our Twitch chat.
Oh, cool. Hey, Alabastard.
Local music head did a little ditty with Juan Maserati from the Rebelskamp. We got a couple other tunes. Maybe I'll play one in a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and call that a segment. I'm going to play Bossa by a little band called Monkey. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Cheers.
Sexy fade out. That sexy fade out. So I noticed a couple of your songs that I have are actually instrumental.
Yeah, we've got enough instrumentals to do an album and a half worth of instrumentals. About 2 to 3 per album for at least. I think we've got 6 albums out, and we've got a couple of loose ones that were on EPs and different collections. So,
I mean, your band's been a band forever, a couple EPs and a few different collections. It's probably like pretty impressive discography just on Jesus Christ, man.
Well, on compilations, we're at about 35 compilations, maybe 36 different compilations. We're on a couple of different movie soundtracks, but they're like independent movies, small releases. The largest one of note is called Pervert the Movie, which is quite incredible if you see it.
Sounds hot.
And yeah, it is. Actually, there's lots of nudity in it. Lots, unfortunate amounts of nudity. But yeah, it's you guys know who Russ Myers is, right?
No.
Filmmaker.
No.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I don't know. It sounds like Phil does.
Oh,
I know. Russ.
Oh my God. Okay. So let me educate you, Dave. Russ Myers was in the late 50s, going into the early 60s. It suddenly became very, very inexpensive for people to become their own directors. Right. So along comes this guy and he says, I want to make something that people want to look at. People want to look at boobs. So we're going to make porn. And of course, he got the SWAT down real quick. Porn was not cool at that point. So he's like, well, I'm going to get as close to porn as possible. So he had really, really gargantuan women, just the largest breasts that he could find. And then he would have them like roll around in the mud, fist fighting each other in action scenes. And so they became their own weird, pervy cheesecake niche in the movie industry. Faster Pussycat, Kill, Honey Buckets, what are the other ones? There's so many. Every one of their names became band names. So if that gives you kind of a insight into it. But they're great films. Anyway, someone decided to do an homage to him and said, I want to film the exact same kind of film, kind of based on his philosophy. So they were looking for sets to film their film at. Says, oh yeah, I know buddy who's got a ranch out in the desert here. Yeah, he's done. You can show up and do whatever you want, spray paint the walls. He doesn't care. They show up to the ranch, and it's the same ranch that he used in Faster Pussycat, Kill.
Oh wow!
And so they're like, oh man, this is on. So they got basically porn actresses to go like just completely topless and fist fight each other out in the desert and like with snakes and that all everything you could think of in a comical sense, so it's supposed to be a comedy more than anything. And our music is during the fight scene. They actually fight a snake.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It sounds like fun.
Funny because everyone thinks of us as a wholesome band because we're not like we're not like fuck man, but
you're like,
but here we are in this movie, so it is.
Like a cleaner beat and better dance moves.
Excuse me, I won't do what you told me.
No, it's more like, pardon me, I would not like to do that.
I decline to acquiesce to your request.
Acquiesce, nice.
I'm feeling quite indignant at this moment.
Excuse me, officer, no.
With more.
Nay, I say, nay.
I could chime in here. Curtis and I have actually known each other for 23 years now or something. So Curtis trained me at Kinko's.
Yeah, right on. That's pretty cool. I would say it's like
was that the Kinko's across the street from the Edge?
That was the Palo Alto branch. Yeah, we were at the Palo Alto branch, and me and Eugene were brought on to do the Santa Clara Mercado branch. They sent us over to you guys to get training.
That was a long time ago.
Our like circles of friends, because Dave and I have known each other for 20 years too. We're from we're local Fremont heads, right? So our like circle of people, I was just kind of pontificating on it the other day. I'm like, how many of us still know each other? And all you guys know him too. So it's kind of funny. It's like Nick Stroman from Hammershot is an old Fremont friend of ours. Eric Clarkson. Yeah, Eric Clarkson. I went to high school with him. Like my last half a year of my senior year in high school in '98. I met Eric. Randall Aubrey from Town Crier. Harrison, our old co-host Harrison. God, who else? And that's just from like our little neighborhood in Fremont. It's so funny, and we've all.
Yeah, Town Crier had been. They were on my podcast.
I love their.
Back in the day.
I'll have to make Dave play one of their songs next because we don't play them very often.
Yeah, because two of my friends played in that band also. Like,
so good. So good. It's one of those bands. Is like, why isn't this like playing during the end credits of some like super pothead fucking fabulous comedy?
Or like a Wes Anderson film.
Why is playing at the end of Grandma's Boy right now? Why?
I have an interesting story about Grandma's Boy, by the way.
Oh, really?
I got a buddy who's who moved here from he moved here from Montana and got into the video game industry and got pretty big in the industry. He's and his whole thing was doing lo-fi phone games that were like Nintendo style, right? So he did some I can't remember what it was, but one of his games was about a pirate ship. Anyway, got super popular for a while, and he's moved back. He's actually moved back to Montana. So he's telling me, he's like, I don't know about that movie Grandma's Boy, and I said, well, I mean, I saw it. It was pretty funny, and he's like, yeah, that movie's about me. And I said, yeah, you know, everyone feels like a movie is about them, and I'm like, no. He's like, I went to school with the director. He made fun of me incessantly about the fact that I lived with my grandmother and told my friends that my roommates wouldn't let them over. and he's like, so I worked at a pizza place, and I was he says I was coding video games at night, working at a pizza place, and then also selling drugs when I was selling the pizzas. So I'd go over and I'd say, you want a bag of this, you want a couple pills of that, blah 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 blah, and that's what I was using to keep alive back in my college days. So they just made fun of me incessantly, Grandma's Boy, the drug seller. And he's like, I looked at that movie, and he's like, the names there, the contents there, the some of the scenes are actual things that I went through. And then he says, and the big kicker is that they chose an actor that looked like me. And I'm like, God damn.
This sounds like the next guest on your show. Yeah, this sounds like the next guest on your show.
For sure. Do you remember
so
the?
Producer Dave, we were talking about Town Crier.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say
we were talking about Town Crier. John, can you just song demand Town Crier? Something.
Yeah. Fucking A. This is Randall Pink's old band. This is Town Crier.
But
this is Can't Make You Love Me, and we'll be right back.
Collapsing, will I drown? I'm going under. Tide will pull me down. When they drag the lake, I will not be found. If you forgive me when 'cause you are the best friend I've ever had. In this life, so full of strife and the fire below, I won't survive through all those darkest nights alone. Don't ever let me go if you forgive me when I'm wrong. Please be my hero, and if I stay that I'm not strong, would you make me go? 'Cause I can't make you love me, but I won't let you go. I can't help myself.
Town Crier. That was Can't Make You Love Me. Fucking shout out to Randall Aubrey. Yeah, Randall Aubrey should call us or some shit. Love to hear him yell. He yells the best.
I know all the words to those songs, like seriously.
So welcome to the second hour of Local Love. This again is a live show on Twitch every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. Come up in the chat. Fucking can't drop any memes in the chat. This ain't the conduit. But you can link your memes and you can fucking drop your emojis, talk shit, ask questions for the panel, that kind of stuff. Give us money, patreon.com/Echoplex, and follow us on all the social medias. Just look for Echoplex Media. And if you see a black, red, and white logo of Antifa talking into a fucking microphone, you have found us. I've got my co-host here with me, Meaty Wench. How you doing?
Doing good. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys, for coming on. I know it's late notice, but I'm just like, hey, come in this chat. There's a link.
We got it.
It's not what I was anticipating to do on this Tuesday evening.
Well, you're welcome any Tuesday evening. You're welcome any Tuesday evening. Just jump in the waiting room, and if I eventually see you in the waiting room, I'll bring you in. Speaking of which, I'm checking the waiting room.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us, Phil. And we got Curtis from Monkey. Curtis, why didn't you have a talk show the whole time? The one thing I've learned about you under shelter in place is that you should have had a talk show the whole time.
I probably should have. I don't know. I just always figured who wants to talk to me. Yeah.
You know way too much about San Jose.
Go ahead.
Said you know way too much about San Jose. All the local knowledge you have, it's a lot. You've been here forever.
I've been here too long.
No, but I mean, you saw one of the things I noticed in San Jose. I noticed in like the late 90s and the early 2000s, what we now call SOFA was kind of cracking. And then in the early 2000s, I don't know, they were like, oh, no. The people in Willow Glen are too close to this. And so they like started instituting a police state, basically shut down downtown for 4 or 5 years. And now San Jose is like never going to shake that fucking reputation as long as we live.
Nope.
Yeah.
Good old
it sucks. I was there to see Yeah, I was there to see the last of the lowrider culture. And I mean, as much as it was a pain for the city to kind of mitigate, the lowrider culture was amazing. You know, seeing those cars and the flags and the girls and the people strutting, it was so cool. And then all of a sudden, it was persona non grata. And then the next thing they put the kibosh down on was the Dia de los Muertos. They used to have Dia de los Muertos and Cinco de Mayo parades in San Jose, and then they put the kibosh on that because they were like, "Yeah, Mexicans like fighting." Yeah, fuck you, San Jose.
Then after that,
Mexicans also like celebrating.
Then after that, they realized that actually, if everybody's drinking, everyone likes fighting, and they crack down on the clubs.
Yeah. I mean, you can keep cracking those nuts until there's no nuts to crack. But sometimes a bowl full of nuts looks good.
At that point, we didn't live here. I didn't live here yet, but if we came to San Jose at that point, we just went out to Post Street because it was politically untenable for the police to do that in the one block gay neighborhood of San Francisco or San Jose. So like Max and Splash, like you could go there and like you wouldn't be harassed by the police leaving those places.
Yeah. I learned a lot about that area when I was. What'd you say?
Waves, wasn't that one of the clubs that was down on Post Street too back in the day?
Yeah, Waves. Yeah.
Waves was before Splash. Yeah, it's the same location.
Yeah, right.
For sure. Yeah, I used to drive. Lyft in that area, picking up people going to and coming from those clubs, and it was always interesting because they had the deal, and all the people that were addicted to going to downtown San Jose knew about the fucking deal. It was they had a power hour. They called it. So it's right before, I think it was before midnight, right? So it's like 11 to midnight, power hour. If you could get your foot in the damn door, drinks were $1.
I remember that.
It's something that they've had for effing years. And I didn't know about it until I was a Lyft driver and I just pick up these people. They were just destroyed from being on that street, just drink after drink after drink as fast as they could. And then they're like, take me home before I vomit.
yeah. Please let me get you home before you vomit.
That place, when it was Waves, I had been to it. And then the first time I went to Splash, I walked inside of that place and I was fucking stunned at the remodel. Like it is a beautiful venue. And then I went upstairs and I was like, all right, I'm not really big on the same 23 pop tunes, but there is a fuck ton of bass up here.
Yeah.
And then 2014, after Silicon Valley Pride, I played an after party there. Mm-hmm. And like, as the night went on, I moved from house to like kind of dirty breaks and everybody was getting low, but I just played that shit because I knew there were subs everywhere that you couldn't see. Mm-hmm. That is a beautiful club. Like considering the small footprint and like the limitations they have to work with, Splash is a beautiful club.
Yeah. Well, they know how to get the rump shaken, get that sub going.
Well, it's usually pop tunes, so you don't really get the benefit of it. But I would also like to see maybe your band that has a pretty bass heavy kind of sound play in a room like that. They'd love you.
They're bringing in with that low ass fucking bass he put. Shit would be fucking badass.
Yeah, I've never had an aversion to gay clubs. I remember in the early days, I would my first band was really shocked because I got us a gig at a gay club, and they were like, "Why are we here?" And I'm like, "Because people here need entertainment as well." And we walked in the club, and the first thing that came out of their mouths was, "This is the cleanest looking club I've ever been in my life." Like, cleanest and well decorated, And it's like the next thing out of their mouth was, everyone is so nice. And then the last thing was like, I'm not afraid of using the toilet.
It's going to be experiences at Marsugi's or Cactus Club.
There are a few clubs where that's not the case, where it's like a divey bar, but that's like a place where like a gay culture is fully entrenched, right? It's like the Castro has a few divey bars, right? But that's because the culture is so fully entrenched there that of course there's divey bars. But yeah, when you go to like the only gay club in some town, the sound system's going to be fat, place is going to be clean, the bartenders are going to be great. The fucking women there don't think you're perving on them if you just say hi. Like everything's fucking great. Like a straight man in a gay club, especially a big one, you good. You good. No fights.
So I went out on a date with this one girl. I can't remember her name, but she had this thing about like going on dates with guys and trying to shock them with gaiety, right? So she took me out. She's like, oh, we got to go see this movie right now, and it was a gay movie, like a gay director and gay love scene stuff. And I was like, She's like, so what'd you think? What'd you think? I'm like, it's a movie. Well, I mean. What'd you really think? And I'm all, well, the director did great on a budget. Well, what did you really think? And I'm like, I don't know what you're getting at. And then finally she's like, well, we got to go across the street to this bar. So she takes me to the bar that in downtown San Jose, there's a bar called the Continental, but it used to be a gay bar. It used to be Harvey's or something like that. It was.
I remember, yeah.
Like super divey gay bar, right?
Well, it was big, and I played to an empty room there twice. I know what place you're talking about.
Nice.
I was like, big gay club in San Jose, and then there was like nobody there, and the bar was beautiful, and I was like, what's going on?
Exactly. So she takes me there, right? And she's like, so what do you think of this place? And I'm like, I don't know. And I see that there's a bunch of guys looking at me, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm looking around and I look up at the menu, and they've got drinks on the menu like the cocksucker and the the cum guzzler, whatever horrible drink names they have. Those are actual drink names. And I look back at the guys, and I look at her, and I'm all, I think I'm going to get a drink, and I'm all, boys, who wants to buy me a drink? And all these dudes started buying me drinks like crazy. And she's like, what are you doing? And I'm all, I am doing exactly what you get to do every night in bars.
Nice.
I'm going to shake it. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to buy me a beer. I'll talk to you.
I don't want to pour myself out for a drink.
And then you start then you tell them you're a musician, and they start getting you sidecars.
Yeah, like it turns out if you have an open mind and people like you, they might buy you a drink. So just keep that in mind, everybody out there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, shit, we're going to call that a segment. This is Brendan Getzell. We call him the Bay Area's own Elton John. Super talented guy out of, I believe are they in Oakland or San Francisco these days, Media Wench?
Oakland. Nope. I think Brendan's still in San Francisco.
Whatever. This is Brendan Getzell. This song's called Superbloom. Like I said, he's the Bay Area's own Elton John. And fuck, I want more original music from this guy. This guy's absolutely just so talented.
Oh, I'll bug him for it. It'll be easy.
They say it comes to those who wait, but I was never one for the cliche. Beauty fades and chaos reigns. We're on a road to whence we came, but here in your room, tranquil morning, your perfect little room, with the sunlight pouring
jokes. She finishes my portmanteaus. She's so many people rolled into one. A panoply of rising suns. In a world of simple words, her tongue goes dancing in ways I never heard. And she's got me singing. And on the horizon, all we can see is time. We can grow this garden now that we're past the butterflies. There's a road and it goes on and on. Can we walk it side by side from your room? Hand in hand, you and me, in the Superbloom. Inside your heart, the convoluted pathways leading to you and me in the Superbloom. Oh, oh. Hand in hand, you and me in the Superbloom. Oh, oh. We can see is time. We can grow this garden now that we're past the butterflies. There's a road and it goes on and on. Can we walk it side by side? There is a road and it goes on and on. Can we walk it side by side from your room? Hand in hand, you and me. The Superbloom.
The Bay Area's own Elton John, Superbloom by Brendan Getzell.
He's fucking awesome. And if you want to see one of the best performances that we ever had on any of our local love shows, check out our a clip from our Halloween show. That's Brendan's set, where he started out dressed up like Jack Skellington, playing fucking Phantom of the Opera shit on his keys, but all organ. Oh god, it was so good, so good.
Yeah, he does it up. And what I like most about that is that it's like entirely different than all of the other music that we have.
Yeah, because we have lots of rock bands, we have lots and lots of good metal and singer-songwriters and stuff like that. But Brendan's he's different. Like Little Spiral. Little Spiral is also different like that too. She's lots of piano. Suzanne, she's awesome.
So I want to play a game with everybody. So I got a sound guy here. I got that's not me. I have a band guy here, and I have a person who has interviewed a lot of sound guys and band members. So what I want, we'll go around. We'll start with Phil. As a sound guy, you don't throw anybody under the bus unless you feel like it. This is the right place to do it. Have you ever had talk about a bad experience you had with a band?
You gotta unmute yourself.
2021, unmute yourself.
Damn it! I keep forgetting to do that. I won't name names per se, but I think one of the things, because largely, when I was at Gordon Biersch going down there, I mean, it's jazz bands, and jazz bands always have generally speaking, have their shit together. And, if you're playing Gordon Biersch, odds are you have your shit together. But I did work with one metal band, not as part of Gordon Biersch, obviously, that just could not understand, and they were a 2-guitar metal band, and they could not understand that if you have two guitars playing metal. You can't have both guitars playing basically the same tones with the same effects and all that. And it was just a wall of mud. And you're just like trying to convince them that, look, I mean, I know one of you is used to playing that way, but one of you guys got to change, to make your sound feel more full and well-rounded versus just.
Can anybody hear me? Yes, Juan.
A mess, and I own a recording studio too, so I've had to.
Oh, Juan, we're playing a game. As it'll be your turn too. You're in a band. Tell us this bad story about a sound person. But Phil's telling us this bad story about a band right now.
Yeah, so that was pretty.
You want me to tell you right now?
Here's what you need to do to make your stuff sound good. But most of the jazz bands I worked with at Gordon Biersch were amazing.
All right, can you tell your story again? I created chaos during your story by not waiting until the end of it.
Oh. I mean, it's not that exciting of a story. But no, it was just I was working with this
band with two metal guitarists.
Yeah, a band with two metal guitarists, and both of them like had a very similar tone, and it kind of sounded like a big wall of mud, and wasn't very audibly very interesting and stuff. And just kind of trying to teach them that, hey, you have to have some dynamics between the two guitars, or else it's just not going to sound good. They eventually kind of learned their lesson. I don't think they're around anymore, though.
That's not even a bad story.
They didn't learn their lesson.
Let's go with Curtis. Tell us a bad story about a sound person.
I don't have bad stories.
You got a bad story about a sound situation when you showed up at a gig?
Yeah. I mean, well, we have scores because the Monkeys played thousands of shows, but we have this rule, which is the sound man doesn't win, we win. and it's not because we're like dicks and we'll turn up the amplifiers. No, we actually know how to play to a room, so we play down before up. Like we go, this room looks at 80%, so we're going to start at 74, and we're going to up, inch down accordingly. So we're very, very, very precise about it. And every once in a while, we'll get to a sound guy who just doesn't not know what the fuck he's doing, and we will make requests, and then when we see that the requests aren't happening, we'll cease the requests. And if the microphones are feeding back, we will reach down and unplug the monitors. And the sound guy will go like, what was all that feedback? And it was happening until song number 3. And I'm all, yeah, when I pulled out your monitors.
It's a more general problem with sound guys who can't accept that you kind of know what's going on.
Well, that's the thing is afterwards, the sound guy will get really pissed at us because we touched his equipment. But then he'll be confused. He'll say, but you guys played even better afterwards. And I'm all, yep.
Because we weren't feeding back, so, and that turns out to be distracting.
Yeah, and they go. Well, how did you hear yourself? And I'm all, we don't have to hear ourselves. We remember the songs. Everybody in this band, all we need is 1, 2, 3, play in our sleep. So this, I'm being serious. So. No, it's laughable. It's laughable, but it is something that we as a band pride ourselves on. We actually know the songs to the point where I can be in tune tonally, vocally, without even hearing my voice. Like literally, I could hear like a car horn in my ear, and I can be dead on tune. As long as I started the song and I heard that first note, I can be on tune throughout the song. Sure. Now. This happened to us at the at Homestead Lanes, right? The X Bar, right? Mm-hmm. We had we would bring our sound system, and we were playing with Sweet HayaH, and Sweet HayaH said, "We got this great sound guy. He's going to record an album for us. He's going to do it for free. He's a great dude."
Dude, wait, no! I was there, dude. I was there. It was their record release party, right? We were trying to broadcast it. We had some problems too.
Okay, so you can confirm. So
it was like 2016, 2017. Gentle Lies came out. It was a beautiful show. The fucking all the fucking balloons dropped from the ceiling and shit. It was but we were trying to broadcast it on our IceCast because we're stupid and we're like somebody's going to want to listen to a live show.
The guy was a fucking monster. The guy was the worst sound system operator ever, and it was because he was trying to pipe the music through a board to record it, and then he was piping it back out to the monitors and then back into the board. Some weird loop thing was happening. So the system would be totally cool, and then it would start doing this this reverberation thing. They would turn into bits. So it'd go bow, 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 and it would sound like bats. It just kept doing this over and over again. So I reached down and I unplugged the monitor, and we're playing, and the guy's like, "You can't unplug my monitors." I'm all, "Yeah, I can," and it just keeps in the mains. And then I reached in and unplugged his mains, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm all, "I'm saving the show." And I'm all, everybody, I stood up in front of the stage. I said, "There is no more sound system. It will not turn back on. In order to hear me, you got to get really close. And if you're going to dance, you got to get down and low." And then I just played guitar at 1/4 of the volume. The drummer played the drums at 1/4 of the volume, and I shouted all the lyrics to the people straight to their ear holes from my voice. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You have no name to shame the sound guy. Whatever he's got going on is his fucking problem.
All right,
pull the plugs right to the people.
All right, we got Big J in here. Big J, what's up?
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. Yeah. So we're playing a game where we're playing a game where the sound guys are telling a horror story about a band or maybe a DJ in your case.
Yeah, I've been listening.
And the band guys are anyway, Juan. Oh shit. Nope. Media Wench, podcast host. Real quick, tell us a story without naming any names of a bad guest that you've had on your podcast.
Well, I'm not gonna go with a bad guest, and not so much a bad guest, but like the nightmare situation for me is being in studio and watching you have a meltdown over a bad guest. So, because I've known Dave for 20 years. I could read his face very, very well. And before the days when we had video, he made a lot more faces. And you don't necessarily pick up on those. But there was like when we're in the studio, it's like almost a constant smoke-a-thon. Like there would be a lot more haze in that place if I was there. Right? It's just like, and it just gets lower and lower and lower as that goes on. So we get bands in, and they may not necessarily smoke, or maybe they do, and they only do it like once in a while, and they come in and they'll smoke like 4 or 5 big ass joints and shit, take a bunch of bong heads, get all crossfaded, and have like a whole 6-pack of beer or something. And then there was one band that came in, and this dude was, I can't remember. He's probably in his like mid 50s. Really cool guy. Definitely did not plan for the smoke-a-thon, and steamrolled the whole. You know what I'm talking about now. Just like steamrolled the whole show the entire time, but like never ever could finish a story or make a point because he was so baked. And Dave was just having a mini meltdown in the chair the whole time.
You stole my story, but all right.
So I would try to keep it going and like talk to the other band members and stuff, but he would just be like, "No, let me tell you about the thing." And I was like, "Oh God." And it was hysterical, and I'll never forget that. That was just that. Yeah, that's the most panicked I've ever seen him. It panicked him more than something like drastic happening to the system during the show.
Whoa, we got something feeding back. Juan Maserati.
Hey, what's going on, man?
So you got a story for us as a band member. You're in 2 bands. Maybe tell us who you are and what you do, and then tell us a story about a sound person or a sound experience that was we'll say less than optimal that you've enjoyed in your music career.
Okay, real quick. First off, a shout out to all the homies on the panel here. My homies. Also, Juan Maserati. I'm a keyboard player. Been gigging around the Bay Area for a minute now, and playing in 2 bands, Rebelskamp and Los Improvisers. And basically, I don't really have, believe it or not, especially like considering with Rebelskamp, I'd never had an experience where there was shitty sound. Just because for some reason, we've always had mutual respect from the sound engineer to the band and vice versa, everywhere we would play, especially at Sofa Fest. We would just get on, and the stage that we hung out at, it was just like cool all around, man. And the sound engineers liked us because we would just like tune up and get right to it. We didn't like, ask for too much. If we had if we had decent sound coming from the monitors, we were like, cool. You know
Juan's like, my band is made of people who are not assholes, actually, and I don't have a story for you. So
I just don't.
So hey, Jay, you've been doing sound.
I will say this.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, you've been doing sound for a minute.
I've worked with a lot of bands and stuff. I can't think thinking through the bands that I've worked with and stuff. I can't say I've had a bad experience with any of the bands per se, as far as like the requests or what they might have.
DJs?
I do have a funny one with a DJ though. One of the funniest ones that I had with a DJ was actually Diplo. And his writer said he needed like this crazy setup that I didn't even understand. It was like his writer basically said he needed 4 CDJs with a Serato mixer and a Serato controller. And I was like, well, why do you need a Serato mixer and a Serato controller? And his producer, being his like 23-year-old kid, he was just like, oh, that's the writer. That's what we need. That's what we need. So I had everything ready for him. He gets there, like before he gets there, his producer calls and says, hey, he says, are all the CDJs linked? Like, well, yeah, of course, they're all linked. All 4 linked, like 2 Serato controllers for whatever you need 2 for. So he goes, great. He gets there, he's baked out of his mind, right? And they're all linked together. He's got 1 USB thumb drive that he plugs in. I'm like, okay, cool. Like he's gonna play 1 drive across all 4 CDJs. Doesn't need Serato at all. Previous DJ was playing Serato, so there's Serato discs in the CDJs.
Oh no!
So his manager's like trying to kick me off the stage, and I'm like, whoa, bro! I'm like, this is all my gear. He hasn't even mixed a track yet. Like, I want to make sure that he knows what he's doing and everything's okay. Kid you not, he looks at me and he's like, I have a problem. I'm like, what's up, bud? He hands me his headphones and he's like, I hear Serato tone. And I put his headphones on and he's like, Q. I'm like, tone, yeah, I hear tone. Okay, great, yeah. I look at him like, yeah, there's a CD in it. You hit the CD and ejected it. I was like, see, CD. I hit the link button for him. I had to hit the link button for him. He was so baked, he couldn't figure out to link the other CD. And I was like, okay, you're good now? You're good? Great. And that was one of those, like, you're a DJ. You're world renowned. You play everywhere. You don't realize that there's in the player? You asked for 4 of them and two Serato controllers.
Yeah,
So
like my rider would be like, listen, call around town and find out whose Pioneer Serato controller is in the worst condition and bring that. I'll bring a laptop.
Yeah, and I think that like that's typically with a DJ. That's the highest level of like just. I look at them sometimes, and they get there and they're like, "Well, do you have the CDs?" I'm like, you're talking about the free downloadable Serato tone? Like, here's a flash drive. You can go download it. But no, I mean, do you want me to play for you too? You know? I mean, I could play for you too. I mean, at that point, because I've had DJs ask for just craziest things. And I would say when it comes to a Serato DJ, less than 5% have been able to perform on a stage with it's all set up for them. Like, it's all set up, and they're telling me something's wrong. And it's like, no, update your driver, get a new MacBook, one of many different things. It could be anything. A lot of things is usually just what they're used to isn't like what everyone's used to. But as far as artists go, artists tend to be pretty genuine. They tend to be like really like they want to work with you, and as long as you're a sound guy that understands you start from zero and you take away, you never add. You never want to boost. If you have an EQ, there should be nothing in the plus, right?
Right.
You should take away from something else to fix whatever that sound is.
You're like,
so as long as you're saying, oh yeah, start with a gain. No gain.
Well, but I suffer the other thing. I was going to tell a pod story, but I'll tell like a recurring story that happens to me as a DJ. I show up and the guy before me, everything's like all red. And I just mentioned to the sound guy, I'm like, hey, when I start playing, I'm not going to overdrive your system ever. Can you please give me a little more from your system so I can give you a little less from the mixer? And I don't think any of them ever believed me.
Yeah, I'm one, especially in the DJ world. Like, I'm gonna have an analog limiter before it ever hits anything digitally. So, like, you're gonna end up with a fucking square wave. And if people a lot of people don't know what a square wave is. You have a normal sine wave that makes the music, right? I'm gonna hit you with a hard limiter. That means that if you get bigger, that's just gonna cut off whatever is under it. So it could just be a flat line of nothing.
And all the bass is gone.
All the bass is gone. When I do a sound check at a festival, it's the loudest you will ever hear the system the entire weekend because I set that level at nominal. Like everything's flat at 0. And I tell my guys, I'm like, if you keep that level right there, it will be this loud. The more red you get, the less of this signal is valuable. It's nothing. It gets less. It's lower voltage. The more voltage peaks, but less amplitude. Like the volume goes down. Because what a lot of people don't realize with everything, with audio, video, with everything we're doing right now, it's all voltage related. Like everything's voltage related. How much voltage can you send across that line, and how much is going to be left when it gets there?
Well, shit, y'all. We're gonna call that a segment. We're gonna rock a tune by Sweet HayaH. This is called Gentle Lies. It's a little bit long, but I play it because I know she's gonna play it at that show when I see that she's got her little portable digital piano. I'm like, oh, this is the only piano song. We'll be right back, everybody, with Local Love. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
You call yourself far from amazing. You call yourself a passing good time. You call yourself a hired gun. And you like to call yourself the devil's best. Whoa, 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 oh, oh, whoa, 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 You from amazing. You call yourself a passing good time, good time, good time.
Fade Out. That is Gentle Lies by Sweet HayaH. Shit. You know, Jay, we made you like bust into a story. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I like your fit. I like your lighting. I like the casual nature of your posture. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, sir.
Take it down, brother. If I had my mic, I would be on the normal system, so I'm actually a little off. But I do a lot of sound and audio, video. With COVID, everything's kind of migrated to streaming, so I've been doing a lot of online streams. I do a lot of stuff. We've actually been doing for LA Times. We've been doing a dinner series, so it's been really fun. I've been actually getting back into audio, doing a lot more audio stream stuff. We've been doing every other week they do like a dinner series where they bring in chefs from LA. The chefs make some dinners. They send the dinners out to the guests. All the guests participate in like a 2-hour online LA Times thing. And we're doing the actual mixing, all the mixing out of our studio in Hayward. And we've got guys running around kits in LA, delivering to all the actors and actresses, because we're doing the dinners that has like a 30-minute sit down with a group or whatever. So the last one we did was the cast of Selena. So it was like Selena and her dad, her mom, and all that. So it was the whole cast sit down talking about the food. One before that we just did was we sat down with the cast of Fargo. So it was a big cast of Fargo that they just did with Netflix. So and we're doing a couple more here and there, but it's pretty fun to have like big meetings like this, right? Where we're actually controlling each of the computers, right? We're sending the computer out to you and to you and to you, and then we actually control them remotely. So we can do up to 8 guests at a time in a sit-down dinner, full-on like production type meeting. So at least that's what I've moved into, like full-on. And we've gone from esports, like doing worldwide stuff, to now we just hang out in my house and broadcast all over the world for studio.
That's wild, man. That's wild.
Hey,
that's awesome.
Open source your code if you're using your own code. Be the bigger man.
Yeah. Give it up. Like a lot of the NDI stuff we're doing, it just boggles my mind, though. To be honest, like when we're handling like internal feeds, when we have to send out mic kits so that like all the actresses and they all have their in-ears, like the layers that we're doing, and right now, like we are working so hard to get our own code to do this all ourselves, because right now it's like OBS with TeamSpeak servers where we can chat back and forth. So they got IFBs, we're talking to them so they know what's happening. But like, it's so crazy the fact that it's all, directors and students.
Hey homie, hit me up. Yeah. Hey, hit me up. Hit me up.
Definitely. It's been a lot of progress, a lot of fun this year. And we're this thing that we're doing right now.
I'm just running it on like a Ryzen 5 PC that I built for $400. Like, hit me up.
Yeah.
If you have some compute power, hit me up.
Yeah, I've been that's been a whole big part of this whole, this whole COVID and everything and lockdown, man. I have not had nothing to do. Like, it's been fucking great. Like, I do a couple shows here and there every other week, and then it's just brainstorming. It's like, what can we build to, like, take this to the next level? Like, right now,
Phil,
like
Phil, you and Jay should probably be friends. You're like the same dude.
Right, like right now, the biggest thing we're working on is building an AI integration into like the 3D model, like your 3D gaming, right?
Holy shit.
Where you're playing the 3D game, okay, you've got all the eye tracking motion, finger tracking motion, and we're capturing that live and putting you back into like a screen like this program, right? Because basically we have had asks already to have this type of scenario where we have a sit down with 6 of us, and one of them has to be a hidden guest. So they have to be a live AI with eye tracking, finger tracking, hand tracking, all live in this production. Like, that's what's next, what we're working on. Real 3D building, real clouds, and virtual worlds that we're all just going to communicate in.
All right, hey, Mr. Virtual World. Next time you show up on my show, show up with a proper mic. You also sound good when you talk. For fuck's sake.
Oh, I apologize. Do I sound terrible?
You're on a mobile device. I'm just fucking with you though.
I'm not actually on mobile. I'm not. That my issue is I'm not sure whether the streaming PC is picking up my mic or the mic on the camera. So because I don't have my USB 3, I usually use external mic.
Me
so
too.
That it all sounds studio professional. I just don't. The box is over there. Like, it's physically.
I'm just saying next week. I'm just saying next week, homie. Next week, which by the way, for anybody listening to the podcast from this from San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, Santa Cruz, wherever you're at in the Bay Area, you're welcome to join. It's a bit of a shit show, but maybe we'll keep it that way. It's like a little bit of a departure from the other things we do around here, which people accused us of running a pre-record with bad video when we first showed up here on Twitch. But yeah, check it out. It's echoplexmedia.com/panel. Anybody can join. You're welcome to join. And maybe as Jay knows, I don't check the waiting room as much as I should.
It wasn't too bad. I think.
How long were you in the waiting room?
It wasn't until he got bounced out that he realized it was there. He was like, "Oh, I'm here," and I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
Hey, if we had a budget, if we had like an investor and a budget for this, there would be somebody in the waiting room transferring people for me.
Yeah, that's actually.
That's
actually part of our staff. It's a part of our staff now. We actually have to have a Zoom, basically manager, let people in, let people out. That type of. It's actually a position now.
The host will be with you eventually.
That's
the media wench, dude, the media wench. So, Juan, we jumped you right in. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I'm just having a blast.
Oh,
right
Juan,
now.
could you do me a favor on your audio interface? Turn down the gain on your microphone just a little bit. You have a very nice
You're on
mic.
top of Robert Lopez level.
Yeah, they're fucking fucking tunnel children.
He's clipping it, Scarlet.
Okay, how about now?
Fucking
Testing one,
silky
two.
smooth, motherfucker. Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm just high right now, man. I'm just chilling. I'm just
All right,
chilling
that was
right
a
now.
great
But
introduction.
you know what? Can I just say what?
I think you
just
turned
say
it
a
up.
shout
Hold
out
on,
to
what's
that
going on?
last?
No, he's just talking into it louder.
How's this? This is better. Do I go like this? How about now? Now? Yes? Hello?
Don't be on top of the mic, Juan. You pull back a little bit.
Yeah, you can
Hey,
go
I
a
just
little
wanna
further away
say,
from that.
real
Jay,
quick,
Jay,
though.
we were using them fucking $20 knockoff SM58s for a while that you got to be like right the fuck up on. And Juan's like used to that one. You can back
Is
off
it
like
right there?
two.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. I just wanted to say that last bit of experience about, like, the whole pressure, the perspective from the engineer was pretty enlightening. It was like, fuck, man, that just really, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't know, but there were certain things he said that was like pretty kind of wow. And I appreciated that. Thank you.
Juan, tell us about yourself, though.
My name is Juan Maserati. I'm a keyboard player for Rebelskamp and Los Improvisers. And I love all my local music homies. I love them.
We love you, Juan.
And,
we love you too.
And
to all the local.
And right now I'm just high as fuck right now. So I have an excuse though. I'm high. That's my excuse. I am fucking high.
All right, Media Wench, tell us a little bit about yourself. Media Wench, tell us about yourself.
I'm Media Wench. I'm fucking Dave's ride or die homie, and I smoke the most weed on this platform.
Okay, let's do some more. Curtis, tell us about yourself.
I am Curtis. I play in a band. I am not stoned. I'm the most unstoned of this panel.
All right, Phil, coming full circle. I went in the order that you are on my overlay. I don't know what your overlay looks like. Phil, tell us about yourself.
I'm Phil. I'm a Scorpio. I like long romantic walks on the beach.
Right. All right. Can we decide by committee what song we're going to play next?
Play something loud.
Play something loud.
Yes. Loud.
Valensorow. Fucking Knightveil by Valensorow.
Anybody on the committee have any?
That's a good call.
Anybody on the committee have any objections? Somebody say something.
I've got a good Valensorow story. I'll tell you after I come back.
I have a good one too.
Play it, sir. Play. For the people.
Oh, you!
What?
You over there in the corner.
What, me?
Yes, you. I'm not talking to anybody else.
What do you want?
You looking for trouble?
Why, no, I'm just trying to enjoy an ale.
But you're looking over here, and I'm over here. You know where you are, boy? You're in Knightveil. So if you're looking for trouble, you fucking find it.
What was I?
Yeah, that's right. What was that?
I don't want any trouble.
Kick him in the face. He's
I
being
don't want
a
any
fucking
trouble.
asshole.
No, stop.
Sail on the open sea for the violence left to the farthest port. We will drink all the air with the man of Knightveil. We want more. Drunk and fight in the streets at night. Because we are gold. It seems so wrong, but it feels so right. We'll drink the vodka from a Bristleberry treasures in the chest. Drink until the drunk's on the floor. With the men of Knightveil, we want more. Sail on the open sea from the wireless pub to the farthest port. We will drink all the air with the men of Knightveil. We want more. Follow the call of the drunken lord. The sails are tattered from a nasty ship. Sailing tail the moon. We round the on the road. This gun so killed the bark. But his open take is gold. Cause the sausages are getting cold. Sail on the open sea from the wireless pub to the farthest port. We will drink all the air with the man of Knightveil. We want more. Give me all your gold. No, move your fucking ass. I'm drunk. I'm playing piano.
right, we back. That was Valensorow. That was Knightveil. Who had a Valensorow story?
I think Ashley and I both did.
Well, we'll go with Phil first. Phil and Ashley, tell your Valensorow stories and take enough time doing that I can just go right ahead and pour myself another cocktail, if you don't mind.
That's fine. So they had been on my my podcast back in the day, and I was at 7 Stars, which is like a little local watering hole over on Bascom. I imagine some of you guys have been there before. And I was actually wearing my Valensorow shirt, and I was hanging out with my friend Pat. And this guy comes up to me. You know, I've seen so many bands, I don't remember everybody by face, what bands with who, whatever, blah blah blah. And this guy comes up and says hi, and we start chit chatting and stuff. And I'm all, refresh my memory. How do I know you? He's all, and I'm wearing my Valensorow shirt. He's all, I'm in Valensorow. So I'm like wearing his shirt, totally don't even recognize him. That's all shit.
Damn it. I get like that too. Like when we could go to shows, there was people that I know that I had met on Local Love that I finally ran into again out in the meat space, and I totally like spaced at who they are. So you do the thing where you have a friend with you, right? And they don't know who they are either. So you go, "Hey, this is my friend, blah blah blah," and then they introduce themselves. You're like, "I gotcha." Fucking, yeah.
I don't think our stories were nearly long enough because Dave's still gone.
My Valensorow story was at the X Bar. Was the last show that I saw them play there, and they were fucking awesome. They got a mosh pit going, and the mosh pit was fucking doing the fucking Viking metal thing, fucking bouncing around. And then they all sat down on the floor, and they were all rowing like a Viking ship on the floor. I have a video of it. I will have to post it in Local Love so you guys can fucking see it. But they're just like, whoa! And then like one guy was at the front and like, oh god, it was amazing. It's one of the coolest mosh pits I've ever seen. It was a Viking ship rowing mosh pit at the Valensorow show at the X Bar. And I saw Josh, the drummer from Sweet HayaH there.
Oh, I miss Josh.
Badass.
Sexual chocolate.
With dreadlocks.
Sexual chocolate.
Oh, I heard a song demand. This is Kenny Thomas and Southern Baptist. The song is called Chocolate. We'll be right back. We'll go a little long tonight. Big J trying to improvise something?
No, I was just gonna see. I don't have side tones, so I was gonna do a mic check.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. I was just gonna do a mic check.
Oh,
That's all.
I don't know if you could turn up the mic on your device a little bit.
Copy. Let me go into the settings.
You should screen share if you're watching. Go to the settings.
Yeah, like look at Jay's settings.
Well, you want to know something really funny? I actually have to turn off. So I'm helping carry Vibration with San Jose downtown. They did projection mapping on St. Joseph's Cathedral. It runs every night from 6 until 10 p.m. until I believe it's sometime mid next week. And I actually control everything via TeamViewer. So I talk to a computer that turns on and off the projectors, and I talk to another computer that turns on and off the media that plays the projection mapping. But again, everything is remote.
I think you could just have that shit on a timer and then just chat.
Dope.
Well, the problem is that would be great, but the projectors themselves are like you're talking about their 4K 30s, they're 30K projectors. They run 110 grand each. They run on so that's basically $250,000 worth of projectors. They don't have internal on and off. You have to manually or remotely through their network turn them on and off. They have a 3-minute startup and shutdown time period.
Well, shit.
Well, get down.
Well, local lovers,
Freaking technology.
we're not quite to the end of this, but we're getting close to the end of this one, podcast listeners. We can go over about 10, maybe 15 minutes. We're over like 5 right now, so we're getting close to the end here. I'm going to retain some of you, but I'm going to eject some of you.
So, Curtis, when's the next live stream that you're doing? Either for Monkey or for the business or both?
So the live stream we're doing is we're trying to adhere to the daily show format, which is Monday through Thursday, consistently at 4:00.
Nice.
And yeah, we've got about 2 months worth of guests already lined up, so it's doing well. Right up and running.
Oh shit!
Good
Did I miss my window? Did I miss my window to be a guest, Curtis?
No. We still have a couple of dates left in February. I'm going to hit you up about it online, of course. I think I already did a little bit, but I'm going to follow through.
Yeah, we didn't nail down the date yet.
Yeah, for sure. Also, Dave, I tried to hit you up online and there was no response because you're not a Facebook guy.
But put me on the same show as Phil. Put me on the same show as Phil, but we could talk about like digital production and streaming and stuff. It'd be a good show.
Well, what I want to do is I want to get a podcasters episode. So a bunch of people that do podcasts just kind of chat about the importance of podcasting and blah blah blah, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, answer your instant message. Instant message. We'll set it up.
Just send a carrier pigeon or an email or something.
Facebook jail.
Oh man, if you want to actually know the date, I can tell you the date now.
Yeah,
right
we'll just do it right now. I'll forget, but cool. Let's go. Party.
Right here live on the show. The date that I'm thinking of is the 11th, February 11th.
Hey, watch for me February 11th on someone else's show. I'm not even going there to like annihilate dumb people. It'll be fantastic. I'll be nice to everyone there. It'll be fucking great.
You'll be on with a podcaster called Jess the Ska Girl.
Oh yeah, I already love her.
Yeah.
Can I be on that one too? Even though I'm not podcasting anymore?
Depending on if it's it's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. The media wench couldn't come with me, but if
yeah, I'm a poor schmo with a 9 to 5 that I have to go to every day.
And I don't do it through Twitch or Discord or OBS or any of those.
If you could imagine this, you just tell me how to join, and I'll be on like 5 minutes early, and my shit will be fine.
Awesome. No, this is literally what I do. I open up a chat room in Facebook, and then people join the chat room, and then I hit live. And winning.
He's high tech.
Yep.
High tech.
Winning.
I wonder if Facebook will step on my audio so bad that people can't even tell the difference between me and somebody on their laptop mic.
I'd be hella mad.
Nice. No, it'll be cool.
Glory
It'll be
in my
fun.
mic.
Big J, you got anything coming up?
For me, coming up, just some internal stuff. Nothing really I've seen on the open front as far as media goes. No, I would love to see some events. We are seeing some companies doing their SKOs and that such, but nothing as far as on the event line. I would love to be on that level right now.
All right, well, fucking come on, man. Hit me up on Discord, man, because I'll answer you there.
Oh, that's
true.
Works.
Everybody join Discord, because I will, in fact, reply to your DM within like 15 minutes. Juan Maserati, do you have anything coming up with Rebelskamp or Los Improvisers?
Not this time. We're just basically keeping it cool. We're still in contact. We're in meetings and such online, but we're just basically staying home.
And finally, Phil, do you have anything going up that's public facing?
Nope.
All right.
Sadly.
Well, fucking the media wench. What do you or the people that you're loosely associated with or whatever have going on that might be public facing before we shut down this podcast? In fact, can you shut down this podcast? Can you read us out, as they say in the biz?
I can, as a matter of fact. Thank you for listening to Local Love. We do this every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. and on into Red Light. You can find it on all your podcatchers. Just look up Echoplex Media and, you'll find us. If you can't find us there, email us on echoplexmedia.com, and producer Dave will be like, what fucking weird podcatcher are you using that my shit isn't on yet? The next show that we're doing is Intellectual Idolatry. That'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Next one that I'm doing is Thursday. That's the Cults and Satanic Panic stream and Scientology, and that is at 9 p.m. Pacific. That's a super, super fun show. Someday we'll get DJ Star Noir, who's also a fellow Twitch streamer, on there again, and another one of our Fremont head friends. Join our Discord, discord.me/Echoplex, and throw us a ink toner cartridge level on Patreon, patreon.com/Echoplex.
All right, well, that's it for the show. I'm gonna bounce everybody out that isn't on like a proper mic and some cans, and we're gonna go into Red Light. So I think I'm keeping Juan Maserati and the Media Wench on into Red Light. Thank you, Big J. Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much again, Curtis, for joining us. And
have a great Red Light.
Yep, Big J. Set your shit up and come on next come on next Tuesday and hang out for Red Light.
Oh, you mean I'm gonna plug shit in and stuff over on the desk with a fancy background? You'll see me there.
You don't need no fancy. You don't need no fancy background. Look, like there's a painting of Madison Star Moon and some fucking Christmas lights behind me.
Oh, look it! You see this reflection is what's going on in the room.
All right. Again, thank you everybody for
Have a great night, guys.
Curtis, Phil, fucking Jay. Thanks for hanging out. Juan and the Media Wench hang out. I don't know. Is there a song we need to play?
Get Lost.
Get Lost in that song's so good by the Rebelskamp. Get Lost in the Groove. And everybody that's listening live or on the fucking Patreon or whatever. Well, if you're on the Patreon, you have an MP3 file, and you can see there's still 2 to 7 hours left of it. This is Get Lost by the Rebelskamp. This has been Local Love. See everybody on the flip side.
How far out can you get?
You ever had somebody ask you a question and you gave them your reply, and And they look you in your eye like, man, you're bullshitting. You out your goddamn mind. And they might want to ask you another question. Where do you get off? You know, telling me some astronomical shit like that I can't wrap my mind around and I just can't believe it. They might want to tell you, get lost in the blues, get lost in the groove, get lost. 'Cause I don't know what you're gonna get lost. Get lost in the blues, get lost in the groove, get lost. 'Cause I don't know where I'm going.
Let's get lost up here. How far out can you get?